No. No, I haven't taken any medications. Just the thought of having to take any kind of medications is fucking stupid. Besides, it's not gonna help anyway. So you want an update, huh? Well, mentally I'm alright. I haven't had any manic episodes, no hallucinations, but my eyes still turn red from time to time. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get me to lose it. So much so that I feel him playing with my mind, telling me to find a sacrifice. I haven't tried to hunt in years. I thought if I learned control, if I learned resistance, I can be the best that I could ever be. I could be successful for fucking once. He sees success in a different light. A much more darker light. I won't fall for it, Doc. I won't. I don't want to be regretting something that I can't come back from. He definitely exists, but it's more complicated than that. I only see him in my mirror. He wants me to take his hand and follow him into that dark red light. There's something about that light. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't show any signs of mercy, nor does it show any signs of sorrow. Would you like to see him?
And if it's not Listeria, all the gent will do is cure the Legionnaire's disease and put whatever is killing me back into overdrive.
Existence. It's more than a question than an answer. It's more of interrogation than a solution. You know, growing up, I look at the phrase growing up as a normal human being. It's quite a formality. But growing up, I thought there's no such thing as a normal human being, there's just an entity. And where I'm at in my life right now, I've asked myself, why do I exist? How do I exist? Is this really life? Is this really existence? What if I'm not a human being, I'm just an entity? Someone that doesn't deserve to live. I was never good with friends. I was never good with family. I was never good at anything. Throughout history, I've often questioned myself if this life was really worth living. And to be honest, it really isn't. I've come to think about this. It's not a formality, it's more like reality, really. I'm gonna die alone. And I know I'm gonna die alone. Obviously, this vlog series doesn't really help that case, but... And honestly, this vlog series practically answers those questions instantaneously. So I just wonder about my existence, my reality, for what it is. You know, they say life isn't fair, and they're right. It's all true. But in my life, most things were not fair. Most things in my life were wrong. And a majority of those things were really dumb. Not on my case, but on Palmeron's case. And it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon on it, obviously. It's, you know, we're here, season 8, and nothing's really going to change. It wasn't really a cry for help, cry for attention. I just wanted justice. I wanted clarity. I wanted closure. I wanted to be happy again. And these last 13, 14 years since high school, I've lost my faith. I've lost hope. That's when I started asking myself do I really exist? Should I even exist? Should I not exist at all? 14 years asking myself those questions. If I should live or if I should die. Because I'm labeled as crazy anyway, who's gonna really miss me? And nope, not one person from Palmeron, from my class, from class of 2015, class of 2013, all those other classes, not one person has checked up on me in 14 years. Not one. And that hurts, knowing full well that they don't give a shit about my existence. It pains me that they don't give a shit about me. It doesn't matter how poor I am. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Nothing should matter at this point. Because they think I can't change. Somehow they want to believe that to be the title of the book. I can't change. And when I do change, it's not much of a change, it's just turning the page. And it's low to think that I don't have a chance in hell of living this life on my own. I remember in the last episode where I said I sacrificed everything for this channel, I sacrificed everything for this vlog series, and I damn well did. But the question remains is, how long can I keep up with it? The question is, how much longer should I let it exist? How much longer can I keep up with this? Because it's not getting through to them. It'll never get through to them. It's always death threats. It's always concerns. It's always something else that's not temporary. It's always not just a mental breakdown. It just has to be a death threat. It just has to be put him in a loony bin. It's always labeling me as something that I'm not. And that's what I can't bite this in the butt anymore. Because it doesn't matter how many times I bite it in the ass just to get some sort of closure. It doesn't matter how much, doesn't matter what I do. Nobody says anything. Nobody talks to me. Nobody looks at it for what it is anymore. It's just thoughts that I was never able to say. Thoughts that I was just only allowed to keep inside. It's never different. There's no difference in any of this, and I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna live this life successfully. Nobody does. But in their minds, they just think we're not like them, so we're just gonna consider us successful. We didn't end up like him, so we're just gonna consider us successful. You know, it's just, since we labeled him crazy, we're gonna label us successful. We called the cops on him. We turned him in, so we're gonna call ourselves successful. It's never about my feelings. It's never about what I think. It's not. I don't know how I'm able to live in this town without considering the fact that I was never going to have friends in 30 years. You know, I'm sorry that I can't afford friends most of the time, but it's just, I can't. I can't afford to lose anybody anymore. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make me feel like... It doesn't make me feel good. That I have to be on my own for the rest of my life, and when I'm on my deathbed, that's all I see. It's just very little friends, very little family. My funeral's going to be the saddest funeral out of everybody's. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up in this vlog series right now is because it doesn't matter how much of a midlife crisis I have. Nothing's going to change. And I don't know why it will never change, but it will never change. I wish I was able to show them just how much I've changed. But the more I talk about it like this, the more it just sounds like a death threat. And that's all I have to think about. These aren't feelings, they're just threats. So I have to wonder about existing. I have to wonder how to exist. I have to figure that out on my own. Because I know the friends I have are good, but not that good. They're decent for decency, but it's not what I bargained for. I could work my ass off night and day. Beat my ass up night and day. I could work on this till night and day. Day and night. I can create all the so-called stupid-ass decisions on my own and figure it out for myself. And I gotta be okay with that. I gotta be okay with that. Honesty is gonna kill if it hasn't killed already. I wanted this channel to be a beacon of hope for those that don't even stand out in Palmerton. I want them to know that they're not alone. I don't give a damn about the future generation. I don't give a damn about the future generation just as much as I don't give a damn about my generation. But I know what's wrong is wrong. I know what's right. None of this, nothing I've done has helped the situation. And I don't understand why. I guess I'll never understand why, huh? 'Cause it's all not gonna matter in the end. Nothing I think will change the facts. Nothing will change the truth. Nothing that I say will change the truth. So now I have to sit here and debate. Question myself. Is it worth living? Is it worth existing? Do I even really exist? Am I even a human being at this point? I mean, putting...
December 6th, 2012. This letter is to inform you about concerns that the district has for your son, Michael. On March 28th, 2012, Michael received 1-day in-school suspension for an incident involving threats about other students on Facebook. State troopers spoke with Michael, and he was deemed a threat to the school. That day, Mrs. had a meeting with our school's psychologist about Michael. At that time, we explained our concerns about Michael's concept of reality. His belief of being a mixture of a vampire and a werewolf was a great concern for the team. At that time, I issued a permission to reevaluate form with the following testing: academic, cognitive, functional behavior assessment, behavioral rating scales, and psychiatric. The PTE was returned with the do not consent to reevaluation box checked. At that time, the district honored your wishes not to reevaluate Michael. But I did voice my concerns to you on the phone. On Friday, November 16th, 2012, Michael posted a video on Facebook. The 25-plus minute video of Michael talking about many issues were very disturbing, including issues on about hurting himself. The district had a meeting with Miss and Michael about the video. The district recommended that Michael be evaluated in Lehighton. The evaluation was completed and it was recommended that Michael return to school. The district issued a PTE consent form again for a psychiatric evaluation. Consent was denied and Michael was returned to school. The district will continue to monitor Michael's academic and emotional development. The district will continue to be proactive with any needs that arise during the school year. Should Michael illustrate any academic or emotional needs, the district will issue a PTE consent form for testing. If the consent form is denied again, the district will file with the state to get the evaluation completed. The district's main goal is to provide Michael with all the support needed to be successful in life.
I mean, putting my wolf aside, it doesn't change the questions, it doesn't change the answers. Like, why should a personality fuck me over? Why is it that why is it that everything that I do turns to shit? Because they can't agree with me. They don't want to agree with me. They can't. Everything has to be about them. Because the world just revolves around them. And that's how it's been for the last 14 years. And who can blame them, right? Because their lives are just as shitty as mine. And they're never going to agree with me. So what the fuck? We all have to act like strangers. And now we're all strangers. And now none of us are even friends. Instead, I have to deal with what I have to deal with, and that's it for the rest of my life. And does this seem like a death threat to you, Palmerton? Does this really seem like a death threat to you? Because it doesn't seem like that to me. Here's a question. Are you just afraid that I'm going to be sending death threats for the rest of my life? Is that the reason why we can't be friends? Because for the last how many seasons now, I have done nothing but tell the truth. I was nothing but honest with you. And now I have very little left to lose. Going into 30 years old with very little to work with, very little to understand, very little to appreciate. And you want to talk about appreciation, Palmer, and you haven't appreciated me not once, not twice, not 3 times. Since the incident in high school, you have not appreciated me once. You haven't even been supportive of me. You haven't even looked up to me. You can't look back at this and just laugh. It's just nothing but sad. And I gotta deal with that for the rest of my life. The rest of my fucking life. So now back to the question. Do I even really exist? Should I really exist? Does it even matter? Truth be told, I don't think it does. I want to believe that life matters. I want to believe that life is short. But when I do believe life is short, all I can see is my deathbed, and it's not good. I can see it, and it's not good. And I don't care what people think. I just see my future because this is the future you made for me. This is the bed you made me, and now I gotta lay in it. My own future bed of nails that I shouldn't have to lay on. And you're not gonna lose one bit of sleep because of it. I would love to know the reasons why I can't be friends with any of you. I want a reason. I want clarity. I want closure. So now I just have to sit here and ask myself these simple questions of, do I exist? Am I even a human being at this point? Do I even deserve to be a human being anymore? Do I even deserve to exist? Because they don't. I mean, they don't deserve to exist for what they've done to me. This is my life story, and this is what they have to put up with, because they had to be the ones that turned me in, and that's not my fault to begin with. But you would think after all this time I would have at least some sort of closure, some sort of answer. I don't understand this game of life. I try to move on, move forward, move out. Yeah, right. I don't want to hear a single word about fake friends anymore. Because all of you were fake. At least once in your lives. With me. When that incident happened, I was hoping for at least one person to at least be supportive and at least try to make me seem like I wasn't such a depressing human being. All you wanted was it to stop. That's all you wanted. And you got what you asked. You got your wish. And I hope you're fucking happy for it, because it ruined my life. And now you're happy about it. And I gotta be okay with this. Existence is an absolute killer. I don't know who I am. I'm sick. I'm lost. I'm tired. I don't know what this town is all about anymore. I didn't even think that from the very beginning. I don't know where this town has gone wrong since my incident. I don't know I don't know who my friends are. I don't know who's on my side. I don't know anything about living a normal life because of the so-called decisions that I made in my life. I'm a drug addict like the rest of you. A drug addict fighting to be sober. And you know me, obviously sobriety isn't that easy for me, but can you blame me at this point? Because where am I supposed to turn? Liquid courage is too much for you. Cannabis is too hard for you. So what's left? You wanted me on some sort of medication, you got it. You wanted me to get tested, you got it, and you didn't get your answer correctly. What else you want? What else is it gonna take? What else do I have to do to get your attention, to get your respect? And most importantly, what is it gonna take for me to get your goddamn gratitude? I have to walk the path you put me on forevermore. I can move out right now. I still have to walk the single fucking path that you put me on. I have to be careful of every single move. No matter the episode, no matter the song I make, because everything in return has to be a fucking death threat. Everything has to be confrontation. Everything has to be conflict. I don't remember the last time I cried, but I haven't been crying for damn near 8 years. Even way before this vlog series. I haven't cried one tear about this situation. I'm just angry, enraged, furious, and that's that for the rest of my life. Knowing full well that I have to be furious of the situation. You had to take advantage, me and my family, to get what you want. So now I have to wonder, how am I going to exist for the rest of my life? How long am I going to live and how long am I going to die? Hopefully, one day, I'm going to get my answer.